going on, guys? So I just figured I'd show you guys a slow process rebuild on my rear end I got, and I hope you guys enjoy this. It's probably gonna be a couple part series because I gotta gather parts, but I'll start with part one now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, don't you guys remember me talking about how I want to get all this rust off of this rear end here? I'm actually going to try a method here. It's called electrolysis. It's where you put a rusted part into a tub of water and super washing soda from like Arm & Hammer, and you hook up a battery charger to this material here, the negative side, and then you put a positive to your sacrificial metal that you want to use to literally rip the rust off of the part you want rust off of, and it tracks it to the part or a piece of metal that is going to be pretty much sacrificial for the rust that comes off of this part. So I'm going to give that a shot, and I'm going to see if it actually works or not, and we'll see what we'll go from there. Alright, let's pick up this rear end here, move it over here into this water tub, and that washing soda super or whatever it is from Arm & Hammer. Put the rear end down right there. I might need to put a little bit more water into it because I want to try to do half and half. So let me put more water into it. Okay, as you see here, I got the rear end in there halfway covered in water. I couldn't find a long enough tub for cheap to do this, so I'll have to swap sides. Once I do one side, I'll do the other side. There's my sacrificial piece of metal that I'll be using. I'll be putting a positive on the battery charger on this side and the negative over here on this side. And what I'll do is really rip this rust off and attract it to this. So let's give it a shot. Okay, first things first, never have your charger plugged in yet until you have both the positive and negative hooked up to the metals that you need to hook up to first. Okay, positive is hooked up, negative is hooked up right here. You do need an automatic battery charger. Do not get a manual one. Alright, so here's the plug in there. Let's plug it in. Alright, it's now plugged in. Now I have actually started it. So in theory, in about 5 minutes or so, I should start seeing the water start turning red and start getting bubbles and stuff from the charges. Don't ever put your hands in there while the battery charger's in there. Never touch the water or nothing. So let's give it about 20-30 minutes and see where it goes. Alright guys, so after about 10 minutes, you can actually start seeing, if you look down in there, you can actually start seeing this material bubbling. That means that it actually is a current going through the water right now. And if you notice, all this gunk that's floating to the surface is actually coming from the rust right here. If you look really closely, I don't know if you can really see it or not, but you can actually see it being pulled right from the metal. I don't know how, it's kind of hard to see, but there's definitely a film growing. This might take all night to do, but I mean, it's not like this car's gonna be built overnight. So went ahead and painted this a rust tough enamel. It's spreading pretty good. I want to put about 2 or 3 coats on this one too. So it's getting there pretty well. Things are starting to look up. Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is, as you see, some of these studs are actually missing out of this rear end, and there is nothing sitting on this side of the axle tube on this side. but there is some on this side, but there's still one missing over here. So I ended up ordering a whole bolt changeover from Mancini Racing, and as you see, here's the box. And I got the new gasket for the center section, some new axle tube gaskets that came with it, brand new, looks like a brand new bolt for the, or nut for the pinion yoke. And here's the studs for, I believe this is for these studs here, and these are for the axle tubes here. And they came with some stickers. You know, stickers always make everything faster, don't they? So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make some loud noises.
Loud noises!
Always know they make you look goofy, but you know what? You're saving your eyes. Let's do this. Alright guys, so I found an easier way to actually put these studs in. The issue is you got a little gap right here with no thread, which causes, when you get the bolt down to, or the nut down to a certain point on the bolt, it doesn't want to come up anymore, so the thing just wants to spin. So I found one of these old Slant 6, I think it was a engine mount nut with a washer on it, and all I do was just put it like right on top like that, and then that's just enough gap, and then put the nut on like so, and then go down with it. It should be enough force to where the stud will not spin. Let's try it, see what happens.
I'm sick of all these people talking out their heads. I've never understood a damn thing that they said. From words to actions, never knowing what they're about. I guess I'll have to chew them up and spit them out.
Just like that, studs in place. Pretty cool, huh? Alrighty, let's do all the rest of them.
I swallowed down 1,000 years of anger. The weight of the world is falling on my shoulders. A place where no one follows me. I walk alone. I walk alone. Yeah.
And that, ladies and gents, is how you put press-in studs into a rear end. Now, sometimes people will actually do a bolt-in style with screw type, but I think with the 8 3/4, I think the only way you can do it is press-in for a Mopar. It's the same kind of process with the axle tube area, but in the axle tube, it's got a different style of press-in nut or bolt. As you see here, it's got a flat side to it. So what's going to happen is you're actually going to put that flat side against the tube. So when you actually put it into the stud hole, this will not move back and forth, so you don't have to worry about it spinning or anything like that and stripping out the press-in hole. So I will be getting that going and see what happens after that. guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video today and showing you how to put in center section studs and axle tube studs on the rear end. I really haven't seen anything like this on YouTube very often. It's usually around the axles and stuff like that, but not the axle tube and the actual rear end itself. So I figured that I'd make this video and show you guys how to do it. Maybe my method's not always the best, but the limited amount of tools that I got, this is pretty much the only way I can do it. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoy this video and like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.